Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we had quite a few different things that actually went and happened all of as of, well, these past few hours, where some really big internal leaks from emails from Microsoft, basically in regards to talking about the PlayStation 5 specs, price points, and everything else in between, like a lot of stuff that we actually might make a few videos on throughout the next few days. So if you guys do see more stuff, don't mind me, we actually have a lot of good stuff we could deep dive into this one, mainly because it's also from core documents and basically a lot of big publications, and well, just internal emails. Like this is like basically like having a chance to go and deep dive into the president of Xbox's or PlayStation's emails to go and see all the deep, dark secrets they're trying their best to go and push on that. So we're going to talk about this, showcase up some cool leaks, and well, overall, just some crazy stuff going on. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below in case you guys want to go and follow. We also have all the Amazon links down below in case you guys are going to check those on out. And of course, if you guys, like I said, you guys want to hang out and chill on the Twitch, we'll probably be hanging out, chilling, and relaxing all on over there. So it's live as of right now. So first and foremost, we get some pretty intriguing things going on where Microsoft is basically, well, kind of on blast again. I don't really want to say they're on blast because it's just more internal information, but whenever you kind of go and talk about competitors in internal email chains with other executives, yeah, there's kind of a lot of big stuff that can be leaked or pulled back. That's why whenever I've done all my schemey talks, you do it like in real life or in person or in boardrooms, and that's why we have private planes. Although I have never been on a private plane, don't think I am kind of fancy, but overall we've been seeing a lot more information floating around. So first and foremost, we're seeing how Microsoft, number one, reacted to the price points, the SSDs and everything else, and also even Phil Spencer talk about how he even bought his PlayStation console. Like I said, there's a lot that came out as of today, so this might be a little bit of a news topic for the next 1 or 2 days, saying this is how Microsoft reacted to Sony's PS5 announcement and also the price hikes and everything else. Microsoft internal emails show Xbox executives reacting to the strengths and weaknesses of the PS5 tech specs and Sony's price hike announcement, and kind of like how they reacted to that and everything else they kind of did with that too as well. Now, if you guys have probably seen a lot of these different types of things, is well, whatever big price points happen in the same market, you want to go and either respond or somehow take advantage of it. Think the PlayStation 5. In America, they did have price changes all throughout the entire world, first and foremost, but let's say in America, it's at around the $500 price point, or even right now, sometimes they've been going cheaper, getting like a $450 price point, or getting bundles for cheaper as well. Now, with all that ongoing, US Xbox, who has pretty much the same product, very similar specs, probably very similar to as well, price points, you know, to make the consoles themselves, the SSDs, GPUs, CPUs, etc., all very comparable, so the price points are the same, and all that put together, it kind of goes to show that, well, you need to know what they're doing. You need to make sure, like, follow the market, because they'll say the PlayStation's always now perpetually at $450 and Xbox is always at $500. A lot of folks may actually go towards the PS5 either way because the price point's better, let alone specs or market share or whatever-wise. So Microsoft was, as you'd expect, following Sony's PlayStation reveal, was watching it very closely. Sony announced the full PS5 tech specs in March 2020, which prompted an Xbox executive to provide Xbox chief Phil Spencer and Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella with a summary of the Sony's console. Internal emails from the FTC versus Microsoft case reveal. Then more than 2 years later, Microsoft also reacted to Sony's PS5 price increase. The emails show Liz Harmrem, former head of the platform engineering and hardware at Xbox, pointing out the strengths and weaknesses of Sony's PS5 specs compared to Microsoft's Xbox Series X. PlayStation hardware leak lead Mark Cerny detailed the PS5 specs just 2 days before Microsoft publicly announced their own Xbox Series X specs. So basically, as of right now, which makes sense, they were closely watching PlayStation to see when they release stuff to kind of somewhat match their releases. It's kind of like, hey, the new iPhone's coming out, let's go announce our new brand new Samsung phone right after. So Hamron lists the variable GPU and CPU clock rates of the PS5 versus us running at a higher sustained rates, and Hamron admits Sony has a clear advantage on the SSD performance with the PS5. Cerny talked at length about the move to SSDs and the advantages for game developers and consumers. They have optimized for higher raw through output, 2x Rs with slightly better hardware compression and associated performance improvements, as opposed to a more integrated streaming architecture enabled by sampler feedback streaming. So basically right now in public emails stating that they actually had a better optimization rate on their PlayStation 5 consoles when they came out. Elsewhere, the 12 teraflops of performance versus Sony's 10 teraflops was also briefly discussed. Cerny emphasized that GPU teraflops in CU is not a good measurement of performance. We made the same point with Digital Foundry, but we do have a clear performance advantage, 12 versus 10, wrote Hamren. Basically saying their key messages and their key highlights. PS5 key spec reveal, boost speed mood available, so variable GPU, CPU clock rates as well. SSD performance, which we pretty much kind of have confirmed is better on the PlayStation as well. Also better price points and off-the-shelf expandable storage options too as well. They say similar to us in reality due to minimize space. Xbox did at some point get caught up on that one, but it took them a while. And also 3D spatial audio too as well, similar. And this is basically them kind of highlighting Mark Cherney's comments with also a few of these also X-nayed out as well, interestingly enough. The former Xbox executive also said that Sony spent seems like most of the disproportionate amount of time on audio innovation, which if you guys have even seen, Spider-Man and even the most recent PlayStation 5 updates have actually reacted to that heavily. Same with the in-zone headsets, Sony TVs, but it's actually a really big, clear, defining feature of the Dolby Atmos that they're trying to push more. Cameron also claims that Sony's expandable storage solution for the PS5 is similar to us in reality due to minimum size and speed requirements, but in reality, Sony's approach means consumers can use any regular MVE SSDs instead of the proprietary and often more expensive Xbox drives, which we have actually seen having some drama, where PlayStation has just, it's more of a better competitive market. In internal emails, Microsoft also had a quick reaction to Sony's PS5 price increase too as well, despite not with Xbox not instantly following it, they did notice it. Xbox CFO Tim Stewart emailed Xbox Chief Spencer and Microsoft CFO Amy Hood early in the morning of Sony's announcement in 2022. Noted the Xbox team had anticipated this and are moving quickly toward a plan now that we've seen confirmation. So basically, they're once again kind of watching and stalking the PlayStation market to see and what they do with their price points, how they react to it globally, and kind of using this as an example to see how they want to price the Xbox themselves. We've kind of been seeing it mostly being matched. Typically, the cheapest I've seen on Xbox is around $450 on normal retail price, a few extra details, and same with the PlayStation. We've seen a few bundle prices, a little bit cheaper, etc., or companies giving out like gift cards maybe, although slightly different, but good things to go and know. So Tim Stewart emailed Xbox Chief Spencer and Microsoft CFO Amy Hood early in the morning of Sony's announcement of 2022. No, the Xbox team had anticipated this and are moving quickly towards a plan now that we've seen confirmation. It's intriguing though because it does kind of seem like they were alluding towards basically them wanting to go and not really necessarily lose the pricing war and more so want to get the gaming favor. We might go and do a little bit of a deeper dive in that in a separate video, but basically in that same email chain, which has been heavily redacted, Spencer wants the company to remain gamer focused with any price increase, which is good. I think it's actually all around good news to see because you don't want everything being like, hey, PlayStations are now $600, let's make Xboxes $600, instead of being like, hey, $500 is fine. We don't have to, let's get market share instead of trying to get price points, which I respect. I actually do like that for Xbox. Amy Silverman, who at the time was head of the Microsoft Consumer Sales and Marketing, responds with all good points. Let's be gamer obsessed here, as we have not gone out of the woods. We know this could be our time to win fans versus lose at being a follower. So then basically saying, hey, like we could sit here and maybe like raise up our prices. PlayStation's doing it, we can follow the market, but then we both have negative reception. Let's maybe sit on our price points a little bit longer. And we even saw Phil Spencer go on publicity towards kind of stating that, nah, it might come up at some point. Same with Game Pass, same with consoles, but let's go wait on it. And in theory, they did kind of sit by their word. It was only like a year or so, but they did have a buffer period where their products were cheaper and their price points were better. And even now, their subscription services have gone down less. Like the PlayStation price points have still gone up substantially. Xbox did go up $1 a month. So I mean, comparably wise, like it's still rough. I mean, either way, but still, like they at least have been somewhat gamer focused. Silverman is clearly referring to Xbox sales being behind PlayStation ones too, and not wanting to lose any momentum by immediately following Sony's price hike with Microsoft's own increase in Xbox prices. Microsoft repeatedly mentioning losing the console wars and being a distant third place, but during the FTC versus Microsoft hearing. Now, there's a few other kind of big emails that got sent out, but I think those are some big ones. Basically saying that they do want to try their best to go and maintain up the good morale in the gaming community before they do anything else, which could be maybe 50-50, because maybe once they get that goodwill, they may want to stop. They may want to go be disappointed. They may want to, like, I don't know, give up and just start bumping up prices, trying to make money. It makes sense. I hope they don't do that. Funny enough, last but not least, too, as well, they also did have Phil Spencer even make a comment saying Sony has been forced bundling all their consoles, which is why we even saw some Diablo bundles and other various bundles that popped up, such as the Forza ones, because even Sony has been forced bundling Horizon Zero Dawn, some more so Forbidden West, for a $50 add-on for a while now. I bought my PS5 2 weeks ago, and the only option was a Horizon Zero Dawn bundle for $500, $550. That makes me almost kind of curious if Phil Spencer ever saw one of my videos during the PS5 restock era? Most likely not, but I'm also surprised he even had to pay market price for it and not just got one for free at the end of the day. But I guess, well, Jim Ryan keeps a tight leash on his PlayStation consoles. That's probably also why we had a lot of Xbox bundles popping up around that time, and even still popping up now. Spencer then explains he purchased the PS5 in August of 2022, which is funny, that was only like a year ago or so now, and then Sony's been forcing these bundles too as well. So the back and forth might explain why Microsoft held off on an Xbox Series X price point for at least that full year, which is intriguing, and as well, just overall, there's a lot more emails that came on out. So if you guys want me to go do and talk about those more, subscribe. If you guys are new, we'll definitely do some of these next few days, and as well, definitely check out the Twitch stream. We're probably live right now. Follow the Twitter, subscribe if you guys are new, and leave a like, comment, thoughts, and Amazon links all down below, and I appreciate y'all so much for watching here in the first place.